Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll be looking at median. We'll be looking at 5 different type of questions related to median. In our individual data or series, we'll be looking at 2 different types of question. A normal one and a one in which the position of median will be in points, okay? In the discrete data, we'll be only looking at one question. And finally, in the continuous data also, we'll be looking at 2 different type of question. Okay, so let's start with our individual data. Let's say we have our data, which looks something like this. Let's say we have 4, 7, 9, 13, 15, 17, 20. So if this data is given in a question and you need to find the median, then how do we find it? So the first step in finding the median is first you have to arrange the data in an ascending order. Since this data is already in an ascending order, we don't need to do anything. If our data was something like a 7, 9, 5, 3, then this data is not in ascending order, right? Then we would have to arrange it into something like 3, 5, 7, 9, okay? So it's from the smaller number to the bigger number. And if you arrange your data like that, then that's called ascending order. In our given data, it's already in the ascending order. It starts from 4, right, the smaller number, and then it gradually increases, right? So this is already in an ascending order. Now that we have our data in ascending order, the way to find median is first we have to find the position of the median, okay? The formula to find the position of median is n plus 1 divided by 2 bracket close th item, okay? So here the n just refers to the number of items in our data, okay? So our n is going to be equal to, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 number of items, right? So our n is 7. Now using this formula, we are going to find the position of our median, okay? So we have equals to, our n is 7, so 7 plus 1 divided by 2, bracket close, th item. This is going to be equal to, we have 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 divided by 2, th item, which is going to be equal to 8 divided by 2 is 4th item. So our position of the median is 4th item, okay? So if we look at our data, this is the first item, this is second, this is third, and this is our 4th item, right? Now this 13 is our median, okay? And therefore, we can write that our median is equal to 13, okay? So it's our 4th item, which is here, okay? So it's first, second, third, 4th, and done. That's how we find the median of an individual series. Now, what happens if we add one more item over here, okay? So let's say we have 24 over there. Now, when we have this extra 24 over here, our number of items is going to be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our number of items is 8. And again, we find the position of the median, which is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2 th item. Now, our number of items is 8, right? So it's here. So 8 plus 1 is going to be 9 divided by 2 th item. This is going to give our answer in points, okay? So this is going to be 4.5 th item. So it's 4.5th item, right? Now, how do we find the median if our position of median is in points, right? In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to find the average of the 4th and the 5th item, okay? So our 4th item is this 13 over here, right? And our 5th item is this 15. So we are going to find the average of this 4th and 5th item to find the median, okay? So our median is going to be equal to 4th item plus 5th item divided by 2. Okay, so that's our average of the fourth and fifth item. And we know that our fourth item is 13 and our fifth item is 15, and we have our divided by 2. So this is going to be equal to, we have 13 plus 15 is 28 divided by 2 equals to 28 divided by 2 is our 14. Okay, and that's it. That's our median. So if the position of median comes in points like this, right, we have 0.5 at the end, then what we do is we find the average of the fourth and the fifth item. So if it was something like 7.5th item, then what we would find the average of is the 7th item and the 8th item. Okay, that's how it works. So these are the two questions related to individual series. Now let's look at a discrete series. Let's say we have our data like this. So we have our discrete data. So the first step to find the median of this discrete data is, first you need to make this extra table. Here what we're going to do is we're going to write a CF. Okay, this CF means cumulative frequency, and we are going to fill this table with the cumulative frequency. Now what the cumulative frequency means is that for the first one we have our 10 frequency, right? Our cumulative frequency is also going to be 10. For our second one, well, the cumulative frequency is going to be the sum of frequency up to here. Okay, so it's 10 plus 18, which is going to be 28. Okay, for our third one, the cumulative frequency is going to be the sum of frequencies up to our third terms. Okay, so it's going to be 10 plus 18 plus 22. Okay, but we have already added the 10 and 18, which gave us 28, right? So we can just add 28 and 22 to add all these three numbers, okay? And 28 plus 22 is going to give us 50. Similarly, for our fourth one, we have already added these three frequencies, which gave us 50, right? Now we just need to add this 50 with this 25, and we get 75 as our cumulative frequency. So similarly, if we proceed like this, we can add this 75 and 15, and we are going to get 90. And 90 plus 12 is going to give us 102, and 102 plus 8 is going to give us 110, okay? So if you add like this, then you get your cumulative frequency. Now we know that if you add all these numbers of frequency, we are going to get the total frequency as 110. So our n, the number of items, which is the sum of our frequency, is also 110, okay? Now that we have filled up our cumulative frequency, what we are going to do is we are going to find the position of our median. So again, our formula to find the position of median is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2 th item. So again, we have our n as 110, right? So we are going to get 110 plus 1 is 111 divided by 2 th item. This is going to be equal to 55.5 th item. So this is our position of median, okay? Now, how do we find the actual median? We find the actual median by looking at our cumulative frequency, okay? That's why we made this table. So our position of median was 55.5. What we are going to do is we are going to look at this table of cumulative frequency, and we are going to look where this 55.5 lies, okay? This 55.5 is going to lie between this 50 and 75, right? And after you find this out, the median is going to be the data just below this 55.5, okay? Which is our 75. And our data for the cumulative frequency 75 is 140, right? So our median is going to be 140. So again, for example, if our position of median was, let's say, 26th item, then it would lie between this 10 and 28, right? And we're going to look at the number just above the 26, which is 28. Then our median is going to be 105, okay? Which is corresponding to this cumulative frequency of 28. But for our question, our position of median was 55.5, and the cumulative frequency just greater than 55.5 is 75, and hence our median is 140, okay? So therefore, our median is equal to 140. 40. And done. That's how you find median in a discrete data. Now finally, let's look at a continuous data. So let's say we have a question which looks something like this. So in our continuous data, we are going to have different classes, right? So again, we have to write the cumulative frequency. So for our first one, it's 2. Then you add this 2 and 3 and you get 5. And then you add this 5 and 6 and you get 11. And then you add 11 and 5, you get 16. And then 16 plus 4 is 20. And our n is going to be the sum of all these frequencies, which is going to be again 20, okay? So our n is 20. Up to here, it's same as discrete data, right? Now again, our first step is find the position of the median. Here, the formula is a little bit different than our individual and discrete data. Actually, it's a little bit easier than the discrete and the individual data. Here, we just have n divided by 2, okay? We don't need that plus 1 here. So it's n divided by 2 th item. So our n in our data is 20, right? It's here. So it's going to be 20 divided by 2 th item, which is going to be our 10th item, okay? Now, our position of the median is 10th item, right? So it lies between the cumulative frequency 5 and 11, and we look at the cumulative frequency greater than 10, which is our 11, right? And we get our median as 70 to 80. That's not a number, that's a class. And so our median is not 70 to 80, it's our median class, okay? So what happened here is our position of median is not able to give us our actual median. It's just giving our median class because our data is in classes, right? So we only have our median class. Now, how do we find our median? So our median class was 70 to 80. Now, for the continuous data, we have one more formula to find the actual median, okay? And that formula is MT, median, is equal to L plus N divided by 2 minus CF, bracket close, into I divided by F, okay? Sometimes this I is also written as H. They both mean the same thing, okay? And sometimes people also write this formula like this, okay? So they put that frequency over here, and you'll get something like L plus bracket N by 2 minus CF, bracket close, divided by F into I, okay? And they are both the same formula, but if you write the formula like this, it looks a little bit more complicated. So we are going to be going with this one, okay? So we'll be using this formula. So I'm just going to erase this extra formula. Now that we have our formula, we need to know what these letters mean, okay? So first, this L means the lower limit of our median class, okay? So our median class is 70 to 80. This 70 is our lower limit and this 80 is our upper limit. So our L is the lower limit, so our L is going to be equal to 70, okay? The next term is our N divided by 2, right? We just found out our N divided by 2 when we were finding the position of median. So our N divided by 2 was 10, right? So our N divided by 2 is 10. For our CF, which is the cumulative frequency, what we are going to do is we are going to look at our table, okay? So the cumulative frequency of our median class is 11, okay? But in our formula, the cumulative frequency is the cumulative frequency of the preceding class of the median class, okay? Which means that it's the cumulative frequency of the class just above our median class, okay? So we are going to look at the cumulative frequency of 60 to 70 class, which is our 5, okay? So that CF refers to this CF or this cumulative frequency. It's the cumulative frequency of the preceding class of the median class, okay? Which is our 5. So our CF here is 5. People always confuse this CF with the CF of the median class, okay? But it's not the CF of median class, it's the CF of the preceding class of the median class, which is the class just above the median class, okay? So that's our CF. Now what this I means, or sometimes it's written as H means, is the gap between our class, okay? So our gap in our class is from 70 to 80 is 10, right? So our I is going to be 10. So if it was 20 to 40, then our I would be 20. If it was like 5 to 10, then our I would be 5, okay? It's a gap between the class. Now finally, we have our frequency left. Our frequency is the frequency of our median class. So the frequency of our median class is 6 over here, right? This is our median class. So F is equal to 6. Now we know all these values, we can easily find the median, okay? So we have our equals to our L is 70 plus our N by 2 is 10 minus our CF is 5, bracket closed, times our I is 10 divided by, we have our F is 6. So this is going to be equal to, we have 70 plus 10 minus 5 is 5 times 10 divided by 6. So this is going to be equal to 70 plus 5 times 10 is 50 divided by 6, which is equal to 70 plus 8.33, which is going to give us 78.33. And that's our median. Now, this is our actual median, okay? So in our continuous data, we need to use this extra formula to find the median. So it's better to write all these values before so that it'll make your calculation easy to find the median, okay? And that's how we find the median of a continuous data, okay? Now let's look at one last question related to continuous data, which is a little bit different than this one. So sometimes our question is given like this, okay? So the marks obtained is given like less than 20, less than 40, less than 60. Then in this case, this is also continuous data, but how do we find the median, okay? So in this case, first let's write our class interval, okay? So our class interval is going to be from 0 to 20, okay? So less than 20 is our 0 to 20. For less than 40, we are just going to write 20 to 40, okay? So less than 40 will also include this 0 to 20, but for our classes, we are going to make the classes of 20 intervals, okay? So for our less than 60, we have 40 to 60. Similarly, we have 60 to 80, and then we have 80 to 100. Now, this number of students is actually our cumulative frequency, okay? Now, let's see why. So this marks obtained is from 0 to 20, right? So 0 to 20 is 9 students. That's fine. The frequency and the cumulative frequency are same, right? So we have 9. For our second one, this is actually from 0 to 40, right? Less than 40 refers to 0 to 40. So the number of students who got 0 to 40 marks is 23, right? So it's from 0 to 20, this one, as well as 20 to 40. So if you add both of these class intervals, you are going to get 23. Similarly, for our 0 to 60, which is our third one, right, less than 60, the number of students is 43, right? What this means is the students from 0 to 20, from 20 to 40, and 40 to 60, right? If you add all those three together, you are going to get 43, right? That's our less than 60. And so this data is actually our cumulative frequency and not our frequency, okay? So we need to find the frequency in this case, not the cumulative frequency. Now, how do we find the frequency? For the first one, it's pretty simple, right? The CF and the F are same, it's 9. For our second one, in our cumulative frequency, this 23, there are already 9 students who got 0 to 20, which we have written here, right? Now, the rest of the students got 20 to 40 marks, which is going to be 23 minus 9, which is going to give us 14, okay? So 14 students got 20 to 40 marks, 9 students got 0 to 20. So if you were to calculate it from 0 to 40, the total would be 14 plus 9, which would be 23, okay? Now, similarly, for our third case, we are going to do the same process like we did for our second case. So we subtracted this 23 and 9, and we got 14. For our third case, we are going to subtract this 43 and 23, which is going to give us 20. For our fourth case, we are going to subtract this 55 and 43, which is going to give us 12. And for our fifth case, we are going to subtract the 60 and 55, which is going to give us 5, okay? And that's how we can fill up the frequency table, okay? So for the first one, it's pretty simple. We write the same as the cumulative frequency. For our second one, we continuously subtract these numbers, okay? So 23 minus 9 is 14, 43 minus 23 is 20, and that's how you write your frequency column. Now we have our class interval, our frequency, and our cumulative frequency. Again, we can easily find the median, okay? Now our n is the sum of these frequencies, right? Which is the last one of our cumulative frequency, which is 60. So our n is 60. Now again, our position of median is equal to n divided by 2 TS item, which is going to be 60 divided by 2 TS item, which is equal to 30th item, right? Now we need to look at the cumulative frequency, okay? Not the frequency, okay? So don't be confused, okay? Just because the frequency is over here. So our 30th item lies between this 23 and 43, right? And we need to look at the CFs just greater than 30, which is our 43. And so our median class is 40 to 60, okay? So therefore, our median class is 40 to 60. Now again, we use the formula of our median, which is equal to L plus N divided by 2 minus CF bracket times I divided by F. So here our L is our lower limit of median class, which is 40, right? So our L is 40. And then we have our N by 2 is equal to 30. Okay, we just calculated this. For our CF, again, we need to look at our table, right? So the CF is just going to be above our median class, right? So our median class was this one. So the CF is going to be our 23 over here, okay? So our CF is 23. Our I is the gap between our class, right? So 40 to 60, the gap is 20. For our frequency, again, we need to look at our table. So the frequency of our median class is 20, right? So our F is equal to 20. Now we just put our values in our formula and we get our answer, right? So equals to our L is 40 plus our N by 2 is 30 minus our CF is 23, bracket close, times our I is 20 divided by our frequency is also 20. So we can cut this 20 and that 20. This is going to be equal to 40 plus 30 minus 23 is 7, which is equal to 47. And that's our median. And done. So this one was a little bit different than our previous one, okay, just because we need to make these 2 extra tables, okay. So if you know how to make these 2 extra tables, then all the remaining process are almost same, okay. So first you find the position of median, then median class, then put in the formula of the median and find the median, okay. And that's it. So if you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future maths videos. Thank you.